What's up with everybody? I am on here today to talk a little bit about what's been going on here local, Apache Underground. So I'm putting together this live, and uh, really, what I'm doing is I want to document this so I can do it time and time again, over and over. Um, And what I'm doing in the city of Vista is I'm creating a basketball team. We're putting together pieces, playing, practicing, different locations, and eventually I want to have a team that travels to those locations or plays for the organization. Um, and that's just that. Um, and like everything, it takes time and effort and money and um, education, and that means just learning, however you do that. But it's just it's something that you got to keep on keeping on with. It's like a seed in a nutshell, right? So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and share screen here. So me personally, I like to turn things into like to a game, right? So what I did here is I created a little spreadsheet, and this works for me. So in the beginning, didn't really have nothing going on because I just started. I had an idea and a little bit of money, and a pal, to keep track with. So I this is what I created. This is month one. Okay, um, June. Okay, I put down how much I make. You know, rent, phone, travel comes out to X amount. Okay, right now my total income is this minus my expenses, which is there. Comes out to cash flow. It's right there, so $1,000. Now, like anything in real life, we're going to keep track of our credit score, cash flow, liabilities, assets, and this is just for fun here. Players and numbers. And now, let's see. For right here under cash, assets, or cash is actually an asset. It's $7. And then whatever you got in the bank, that's actually cash too. So that's that. So uh, that'd be 1,123, 25, 1,125. Okay, so now it's going to start telling a picture as we go along, okay? Because that's just month one, game one. That's how we started or ended, okay? And that's how we end actually. Okay, and then month two, things don't really change that much. This changed a little bit. My yeah, I had to add insurance. Okay, so that was an extra $200, so that dropped my cash flow there. Okay, fine. And then moving on from that was month of July. Nothing really changed with credit right there. It was 28, went down to 621. But now in the month of August, things really start to change. So I gotta I start thing and when I mean things start to change is like my mindset starts to change too. It's like okay, I'm starting to get serious about this because I can actually see things going on and see how my life is moving. Because at this time, this is my only income. It's not much. So it's like okay, so And when you don't have much and when you're starting from scratch, in the month of July, I didn't have any assets. I didn't even have a bike. I was walking around. Okay. But as time goes, you have to, accumulate things so you can get around easier and make life easier. So then in the month of August, I bought myself a bicycle and I wanted to start building my credit. So I opened up a secured loan, which is I took out a loan from my own money and I, had to have the bank hold on to it so then I can pay myself back. And then once I'm done with the loan, I transfer that money back to my account there. And but at the same time, I'm building my credit doing that. So that's what's important to me, and that's why I did that. Um, so with that, I split the cash. You can see how the assets was there. I had a little bit more there, but I got the secured loan, but it's still adding up. Not much expenses. And then I'm calling my capital right there. Just implementing that. I hadn't really thought of that too much yet, or how I was going to implement that, but I'm not even sure if that's correct on this one. But it's starting to tell a story because I had to buy myself a bike, right, to get around, to ride around, pedal bike, to get back and forth. And at this time, I'm just in the gym, just pumping iron, just getting, doing my thing. Okay, because that's what's really important. Okay, so now is your body, your mindset, and things like that. And you can even see the things that I'm doing here with the colors and everything, right? Putting everything in green. Green is good. That's my thing. When it has to do with money and stuff like that, I put it in green. So green is good. Now in the month of September, I start changing because I start saving here. Okay, so I got a little bit more secured loan. And what I did, you see the capital goes down and my bank goes down, my cash goes down, but I also bought a car. Okay. Then my monthly expenses, 720. And then the cash flow is 1275. Credit score went up, so the secured loan's working. And then we go into the month of October, and things really start to change. Okay, so I started working. So in the month of October, I pulled in an extra $1,000, $1,041. I had, just like everybody goes through their times and stuff like that. I'm making this as real life as possible, and like I like to splurge and eat out and do this and that and everything else just like everybody else does. When I mean eat out, I mean like buy extra groceries or you know go do go eat out and stuff like that. So it's real, So by the end of the time, oh okay, and I had bought the Cadillac. That's what it was. So okay, so the Cadillac, $150. I had to borrow. It was a payday loan, in order to get that car. Okay, so then starting to change the name of things because when it really comes down to it, all this stuff is just accelerants. Anyway, but then I also started to take notes on what's happening on significant events. I started to begin work because now I got stuff to take notes on. Down payment, I had sold the Cadillac. Okay, I had bought a new car because I was going to be driving for this job that I had gotten. and then $240 for insurance a month, for the new car. Then I had to sell the Cadillac in order to make that down payment. It was $2,600 total, and then I had to borrow $1,000 in order to do that. Um, and then all my other food, fuel, work expenses, things like that. It all came up to that. So now it's all telling a story. Okay, there's my capital. So I'm still pretty low. And then boom, we're into November, and I started working for myself again. This is just projected. It's not actual just yet, because everything in this month is going to be kept track of until the next month, and then we'll move on to that. But like I said, I had to borrow $1,000, so I had to pay that $1,000. Car insurance $222, comms is communication, rent, and bank is low, sure, but I got some cash on me, and I still got my secured loan that I'm making payments on, about halfway done, and my bike. It's just an asset. It's just sitting there, but it's worth that much. You know what I'm saying? So that's cool. Now, my Prius, there's a line through it just because I didn't have to make the payment the month of November. I had to start making payments in the month of December. So I left that there, and you can see it's still there, but I'm still paying my insurance. Okay, so my down payment loan, that was a liability. Okay, because that's money that you owe. So I paid that. Everything with the line through is just paid. Okay, and then I financed my car. So the payoff amount is $11,662, and I have everything up to date right now as far as assets. All that added up right here comes out to 771. Liabilities, it's all this added up that's not paid, which is just this. Boom. Cash flow projected is 35,553. I don't quite know how that got calculated. However, I'm going to leave it because it looks close enough. 645, my credit's starting to go up still. Same as last month, but starting to go up. And now capital is going to be this added up, or cash and bank added up. That's gonna be what's going on. Now, cool thing is, my next payday is this Wednesday coming up. Tuesday, 12th, 13th. On the 13th. And today's date is the 11th. Okay, so that's, like I said, it's like I kind of telling the story in a nutshell there. And things are just growing, and it's a story. And what's next is a couple more videos. I've been meaning to do another basketball video, and I got to play some basketball tonight, so I'll probably put that put that together there. And it's just showing the growth of the business, and like from a defined starting point, which was back in June, okay, to the foreseen or foreseeable finish point. What the finish point is $8,500 um, cash flow that I'm not working for. Okay, so that's just money coming in that I don't have to put in time or effort, and I'm gonna do that by um, buying assets that are going to increase in value and pay me monthly dividends or cash flow. And that's you can do that by buying businesses, buying vending machines, and things of that nature. Um, Other businesses like selling, retail, food, services, um, sales, and different things like that. And that's stuff that you can accumulate by, building a business or purchasing businesses that are already cash flowing. Um, but it just takes time, effort, and has to be starting point, and it's not, and it's just something to do, um, to and a great way to keep track of things, and to tell your own story from where you started from, literally, walking back and forth to the gym. Um, some people are out there looking for jobs and stuff like that. Some people have trouble finding jobs for whatever reasons, and some people have trouble holding down jobs for whatever reasons. And it is what it is, and it's real life. But it's the story that I'm telling. It's most likely relatable to other people, so that's why I hope that you guys dig it and hit the like, share, and subscribe button. And just it's my way to give back. You know, because when it comes to being real, there's from what I see, and I watch the same thing that everybody else does. There's a lot of things that are just like fake. So it's like, well, why don't you just put things in perspective and make it real? And I said, okay, well, let me do that. So I'm showing you guys that I started walking, and then I bought myself a bike, and then I bought myself a car, and that car really didn't work out for what I needed, so I had to finance a car, and I had to keep track of my credit, and now I have shown you what an asset is and a liability. And the assets are cool, but they're even cooler when when they start paying you, you know, um, and that's and I've started a while ago, and there's more stuff that I can put in the asset column, like the if you guys have followed me out in the actual community out in the city of Vista, you know that I have a tent and a wagon and balls, um, basketballs. I have workout equipment that I bring out, and our organization is just growing, and those are our assets. And my goal for one of my businesses that should be cash flowing here, and that's that I'm going to be investing in, is going to be a building. And in this building, I want there to be a place to, kick it and, have coffee and drinks. Something like a restaurant where you can work, shared work environment, shared space with Wi-Fi, place where you can order food from, um, uh, professional like, and then during certain hours, and then certain hours it'll turn into a um, social place, um, and different things like that. Um, and that's and then that's going to take some time and effort, and money, of course, and that's just what we're building up to. And then eventually we're going to have to move into a larger building to support, what we're really about, and that's supports and things like that, and community. So I'd have to upgrade to a place that would, like a gym, you know, somewhere that has a private basketball court where I can practice, and I can hold my events and games and stuff like that, the way I want to and the way I want to run things. And that's just is what it is. And but that's why I'm starting this thing. And let's see what else. Yeah, like I said, it's just telling a story and building things up from ground zero, showing you guys step by step what it takes. And things didn't quite work out at the place that I was at. Um, just two different ways to do business, and I got my own way, and they have their own way, and that's fine. Um, but they don't mix. It's like water and oil. So let's see. So I did start work at another place, and it's just real humble work, and I make tips, and I make an hourly wage. It's just something to keep me going, keep me rolling. Um, because next on my agenda and things that I want to get done is I want to order jerseys for you know the team, and then a couple of teams, and I want to make an order for some hats and some T-shirts, uh, and I also want to get an embroider machine, so I can start using that machine to start doing some value add to retail products, and then selling those. And that value add is getting a shirt that's plain and bulk, adding your logo, adding your value to the clothes, and that'd be true American made, right here, and then you're selling that for a you know, and manufacturer suggested retail price, and so that'd be another portion of the business, along with the printing press, how I make the other shirts, not this one exactly, but the other shirts that I hand out, and then obviously I'd be able to do hats at that point, and start putting a different kind of um, uh, feel to the clothes that I'm putting out there. You know, real durable and long-lasting materials, um, that are that are good quality. It's the type of clothes that I want to have out there. Um, Good quality, good price. That being said, um, those are just some of the stepping stones that I'm throwing out there and putting out there into the universe, uh, to show what exactly and how I'm thinking towards the future. And yeah, it's just putting all the right pieces in the right place. Eventually with this team, you know, hopefully we'd be all get on the same page. And as I build this business, I'll be able to hire these players to do a job, which would be play basketball and do, promote and advertise the team. And as I'm building the business, the cash flow would be also to be able to support, those positions, or those team, those players and stuff like that, just like any other business out there. You know, with that being said, you know, I do need to hire. Uh, I'm the owner, right? So I do need to hire a president, vice president, so they can help me hire the right people to put in place. Like the general managers, um, and then other, other team assets, because this is like business. Now that I have my car, I don't really need my bike right now. So, since the bike is on the asset column, and anybody who's a part of my team would be able to, use that bike, right? Um, but it'd have to be somewhere where they bring back. I'm just trying to think of, I'm just saying things out loud so you guys would understand, how I want to have this endeavor um, flow towards. So appreciate your time. Thanks for listening. Like, share, and subscribe if you want to be a part of my tribe. This is Apache Underground. This is Chief, and I'm out.